Hey everyone, I am back for another lesson, and this lesson is all about linear fills. Now, the word linear basically means nothing is hitting at the same time. So each limb is kind of doing its own note. I like to think of it as a sound source. So your kick and snare wouldn't hit at the same time, or your snare and tom wouldn't hit at the same time. It's basically each note gets a value of its own, and we're kind of basically going to be selfish. Each limb is selfish, basically. This exercise really doesn't sound musical at all. It's really just kind of a coordination exercise to get you moving around the kit and get you feeling comfortable with linear fills. It's based around all 16th notes. So what we're gonna do is basically 3 hits up top, and then our kick is gonna play on a certain count in that 16th note. So the very first exercise is that we put the kick on counts 1, and then our hands play E and on the snare, and it looks like this. Now, after you get the hang of that, what we're gonna do is play it to a metronome. All right, let's do a groove with that as a drum fill. And let's move it around. Now, what we're gonna do is shift it over. So now the kick is gonna line up on E. Now, a general rule for this exercise, because what we're gonna do is shift the kick over each count, is that every number and is going to be played on the right hand wherever that falls, and every E and is going to be with the left hand wherever that falls. For example, this one is that you're going to start 1 with the right hand, and then E is on the kick, and then we're going to play with the left hand again. I'm sorry, not the left hand, the right hand, and then the is going to get played with the left hand. So it looks like this. All right, let's try it to a metronome. All right, now the combo groove with that as a fill. And then let's move it around. All right, so I think you're getting the hang of this. What we're gonna do is shift that kick over, so now every kick is gonna be on the and everything else is up top on your snare. Let's do it to a metronome. And you know the deal, a bar of a groove and then the bar of that as a fill. And let's move it around. All right, and the last thing is we move it to the So kick's on the 1 is with the right hand, E is on the left hand, and is on the right hand. All right, now to the metronome. All right, the combo groove and then the fill. And lastly, let's move it around. Now this one, when you practice it, you have to be careful because the kick is kind of gonna play twice. So just be mindful of that when you get to crash with the fill. Now this is for a little extra credit. This is like a warm-up I like to use to get my limbs going. But what you're gonna do is play that as a sequence. So put the kick on 1 for a measure, and then shift it over to the E, then shift it over to the and then lastly shift it over to the and the whole sequence would sound like this. All right, that's it. Hopefully you feel more comfortable with your linear fills. Take them, make them your own kind of exercises, and I'll see you next time.